Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fantasy Baseball Experience Podcast, Matchup 9. We have our second top scorer of the week, getting edged out by the top scorer, but he couldn't make it tonight. Kevin Sims. He's back on the podcast. Good seeing you, Kevin.
Thanks for having me on. Wish it
And
was better
we have a
circumstance.
podcast first. We thought he'd be on here every Sunday night coming into the draft. He's been in the bottom of the power rankings forever. He's here to try and save some face for the rest of the league. Guys, it's Brady Pfeiffer. Give it up for him.
Thank you. We expected to maybe be on here before week 9, but it hasn't gone as planned.
And the only reason you're on here is because you are the lowest scorer for the week. So definitely not a positive note either.
I mean, it wasn't an optimal pitching week from the squad. I think that's mainly why, but
yeah, it ain't there for Brady this year, but we'll get into that later. Kevin, I want to start with you. How are you going to recuperate after this devastating loss? You come in, you score the second most points for this week, but you're going to get edged out by Logan, it appears, unless Anthony Rizzo has like 5 errors in the 9th inning. And
which I'm hopeful, you never know.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but how do you recuperate going into next week, and do you just keep it rolling?
Well, I had last 2 weeks before this, team was down pretty bad, definitely for awful 2 weeks. But it was a nice rebound. Also, my pitching really stepped up. I think I only had 5. No, it's 6. I think 5 starts. I can't remember. And hitters definitely stepped up a lot more this week. But hopefully, I can just carry that momentum and just this is how fantasy is sometimes. Second points, still take the L. I mean, that's happened to Logan like what, 3 or 4 times this year already.
Yeah, I mentally keep leaving his team out of the top conversation for some reason when I look at this roster, but then he just proves me wrong every week. So there's no reason for me to keep doing that. He deserves the win, a good tough win, because it's been going the other way for him all year. In terms of your lineup, how consistent it's been, it's blown everyone's mind. You kind of get put in the wheel category of everyone just wanting you to suck at fantasy, but you've been balling out this year. What are you looking to improve on your roster?
Hoping to find some more consistency at second and third base. I feel like that's my weak link. And I got Lindor at shortstop. I feel like everywhere else they've been consistent and decent, but just at second and third base, I've been kind of rotating that out a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed you picked up third baseman as well. I forgot who it was.
It's Ryan something.
Ryan McMahon. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I had him earlier, and he was kind of not doing too well, but he's been popping off lately.
Gotcha.
Those Coors Field buffs.
Yeah, exactly. And, they get a good Coors Field matchup, then sure, he's good, but he's just going to end back up on waivers. I'll let you do the honors because I need somebody to kind of give me a reality check after this week. And since you're the top scorer on the pod, I'll let you have it. Does Bryce Miller actually suck? Do I need to be concerned? I go into this week and I know Yankees Rangers is a really bad matchup, but my other option was just to pitch one start Castillo against the Rangers. I was like, might as well pull for 2. Negative 35 points this week. What do you think about Bryce Miller?
27 ERA.
It's pretty bad, man. I maybe probably wouldn't drop him just yet, but I would definitely try to pull him up real quick. Give me a second. Wait, what? So what was this? So was it a 2-start week or just a 1?
Yes, it was a 2-start, and I'll share the screen here with everyone of his game log. I mean, the last 7 days of 15.43 ERA. Oh, that's because it doesn't count today's start with another. Yeah.
Man, geez.
Yep.
Man, I'm. If you look at before that, he was popping off.
He was
24, 25. I mean,
so I've been trying to kind of send some trades out this week because he was untouchable, but it was A's, Altuve-less Astros at the Tigers. He had a good start against the Braves, and Braves are a tough lineup, and then back to the A's where all of his good starts, and then Yankees Rangers just fisted.
I mean, every pitcher is due for a negative 15-point game at some point, But to have it, but 2 in a row, that's pretty bad. if I were you, I definitely would probably put him on the bench and let him kind of recoup. And then once he's got a good start in him, then, maybe earn another spot in your lineup. But
Man, I wish
definitely your trust of him's gone down.
his outfit today. I wish I could find it. He comes because they're playing the Rangers. Dude strolls up, cowboy hat, belt buckle, looking fresh, and he got shelled. But I can't pull it up. And then with that, Brady, I want to move to you, and I'm gonna put a timer up here. And just for the whole league, because we haven't heard your voice all year, I want to give you a good 60 seconds to just debrief what happened on draft night, why you're here, and how you feel about the team, and just let it all out and give us your honest answer on how you're feeling right now. So I'm going to pull the stopwatch up. And Brady, go ahead and begin your monologue, sir.
Well, I don't think it's been, obviously I'm in last, right? These amount of points scored. I think there's a lot of, I don't regret a lot of my picks. Some unfortunate things have happened. Obviously I drafted Tatis knowing 20 games, whatever. He's been great since back. I don't regret that one. Obviously, Verlander misses 4 weeks. Michael Harris immediately gets hurt. And then I seem to have like 2 people every week just get hurt early on, and I'm always like down 2 bats for the week. Like, had a lot of guys have cold starts who have now picked it back up, but then then my pitching has a down week on the week my bats kind of turn it around. So there's been some, when one side does well, then the other side doesn't do well, and I've only had a few weeks where they've kind of like synced up and both played well. And I've lost some of those games too, but then I got some rookies I got to make some decisions on whether or not to bail, which I probably gonna have to. It's this point, but
so I know
the only thing that's really killing me now is like Michael Harris.
Yeah.
Everyone else has basically kind of turned it around. I had a bad pitching week this week. Obviously, Sale got hurt, but I think I've got depth to cover it. I mean, Zach Wheeler dropping 37 against the Braves last week and then getting dumpstered by the Nats. Like,
so
that's always tough.
You bring up Chris Sale. That was one of my talking points I wanted to cover for you. So he's 15-day IL'd. It's shoulder inflammation, but it's Chris Sale. We've seen this story a time or two.
Yeah. The shining light would be that like it was a debate on whether or not to let him finish the start. So, he wanted to stay in. They obviously just pulled him anyway, but
well, so did Kyle Wright, and they just took him out for 3 months.
That's also true. I mean, it is Chris Sale, and I think the whole he's always hurt is obviously true, but like if you like look into it for like the past like 2 times he's been hurt and out for the season, it was like he like broke a rib and then fell off a bike and fractured his wrist. So like he hadn't actually had like a pitching injury, in a long time. So I don't know. But
yeah, he just seems like one of those people with a storm cloud over his head.
Well, he wasn't a high pick though. So it's like,
No, I'm with you.
I would still make it currently, even though knowing that he gets hurt now. He's been great. So he had a rough start, but I never started him at the beginning. So
gotcha. Yeah, we'll see how it pans out. I just, for some reason, have this vibe he's not pitching for the rest of the year. Like, that's just the most.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime it's like forearm or shoulder, the season-ending surgery is, it's looming, but we'll see. And then, of course, Elliot De La Cruz is going to come and save my team. So
that's not going to happen either. What your team needed saving from this week was pretty much the consensus 12th team in the power rankings the last few weeks. There's been a lot of disrespect going towards Benton, and of all people too.
He had a
talk. So
I think he had a cheeky 6 start. I think he had 6 starts this week, and none of them were really crazy, but he just the volume I think kind of got him through.
Yeah, I mean Bobby Miller, by the way, dude is dealing.
It'd be interesting to see if he turns out like Bryce Miller, because he also had a like 6 ERA at AAA before he got called up, and now he's dominating, which I always find odd.
Bobby Miller's been dominating against the Braves, cakewalk against the Nationals, and then tonight against the Yankees, he balled out too. Those are 2 of the top 3-4 lineups in MLB. He's been balling again. So
when I was peeping your roster, I saw Judge was day to day. I didn't look into it, but
so did you watch the play last night?
no. Oh, where he like ran into something, right?
Yeah, he was making a play in the outfield and just like smashed into the wall. And then he kept playing through it, but they kept him out of the lineup today. So it says right foot injury. Suffered it in Saturday's contest when he crashed into the bullpen gate. And considering that happened in like, I want to say it was like the 6th inning and he kept playing. So hopefully it's just like, ow, my foot hurts, coach. I'll take a day off. But that could be a big panic button for me because he has been Aaron Judge. I was talking with you a little bit before the podcast, and I know you do have faith on turning it around for this playoff push, and you think your team's built for it. Go into why you think you're okay. You don't need to panic yet, and your outlook on the rest of the season.
I mean, we have more left than what we've played so far, and not even just in a fantasy context, just in like real baseball. Though there's teams who have sucked so far this year, and players who have sucked who will be completely fine and normal, halfway on to the end, right? Like Mitchell has Trey Turner. Maybe Trey Turner does suck all year, but you know, some guys like that I've stuck with. Like I finally dropped Carlos Correa. I do think he probably would have turned around, but now he's dealing with more injuries, so it's probably time to cut bait there. But
yeah, somebody that's got for him is going to pick him up off waivers. I say they're on Tuesday for him, so he'll go to somebody that's got room for Correa to wait for him to turn it around. But it's
I'm just too many guys getting injured. But I have to make some decisions on some of the rookies that I've drafted that haven't panned out. I've tried my best not to shoot myself in the foot like Benton has and trade away all my players that are slumping for random dudes. And I think at the end it's not going to work out for him, and I don't want to fall to the same thing. So I don't know, like someone like Luis Robert, like at the beginning he like started out really good, and then like for like a week, and then he was like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like he was putting up negative points on the week, like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and then he just went nuclear, and like he would like got up to where he was like second in the MLB in home runs, but then he's kind of gone back to getting K'd up. So I guess he's just like J.R. Smith or something. But
yeah, the Jordan Walker waiver move panned out for you. He came back around, picked him back up.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know how much faith I have in that, but Matt McClain's kind of the GOAT.
He's balling.
I'm just a massive Reds fan now. I picked up Abbott today as well.
Dude, I held Encarnacion Strand for a month waiting on them to do something, and then they called up 2 other dudes ahead of him, so I can't get him.
Yeah. I mean, that's why the reason I picked up Ellie is because I told myself, I was like, if I just keep waiting and someone else gets it, I'm going to be a lot more sad than I will be just like frustrated having him sit on my bench. So,
gotcha. Well, your early rookies didn't pan out. You think you're moving on from them, and you're hoping the health bug doesn't continue. The old guys, you're hoping the pitching rotation gets back.
Of course, Carlos Rodon's going to come back.
Yeah, okay. Maybe still getting sketchier and sketchier about him. He had another setback.
Hey, he's throwing bullpen sessions, right? He's fine.
All right. Well, Brady, we're glad to have you on the pod and be able to discuss your chances of the playoffs, even though I think everyone else will agree they're slim. But with that,
all right,
Kevin, I'll let you give the bottom 3 power rankings for this week. Now, I did this that way. If I gave it to Brady, I know he'd keep himself out of it. And I wanted an unbiased bottom view, so I'm going to let Kevin hit us with 12.
I mean, Brady at number 12. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
136 this week's pretty brutal. I don't think I even scored that low last year.
Damn, Kevin. I'm about to fact check this. I don't know if that's something I can fact check.
Brady straight off at the 12 spot. I mean, you did say when you and Benton were sitting at like 80 points on Thursday that this was the battle for 11. So I think it's fair the loser of this matchup gets stuck down there.
Oh, yeah. Let me look. Now I gotta do some actual real dive in for 11 and 10. Let's see.
I think I have an idea of who you're selecting.
Maybe you just go by
Um,
points.
That's yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of teams kind of did better. I gotta put Cody up there. Yeah, Cody.
So Cody's your
Cody.
11.
Yeah, Cody's at 11.
Dude, he's got that new team name though.
It was a pretty sweet team
Like a
name.
horse, bro. Good name. I saw it and I was like, that's a good name.
I started chuckling earlier in the pod because I hadn't noticed it yet.
But so I was
That's what I
talking
was
about this
looking.
with my cousins. We're looking at Cody's team, and it frustrates me to no end that his team is performing well. Like, I'm not going to disagree that his team is not performing well, but it's just waiver Cardinals players. And they're literally the worst in their division, and their division sucks ass. So I don't know how this is working out. Their waiver, and he does not even have Goldschmidt or Arenado. This dude's running on Edmund, Newt-Bar, Brendan Donovan, Nolan Gorman. He still has Josh Bell on his team.
My
Josh
goat
Bell's
from 2019, baby.
He's averaging 1.6, and he just went on the paternity list this weekend because he's just like, whatever. He's probably going to be there for a month just so he doesn't have to keep playing. I don't know. The Cody's team, it hurts me to look at, but it's performing well. So I'm okay with him being down at 11. Who do you got at 10?
I think I'm gonna have to put Alex. I know he got the dub this week, but just looking at his lineup, I mean, I don't know. What was his stats this week?
Me and him
What he's
had
got?
some
It's
good
like
back and forths. It was a good friendly matchup. He deserves a win. He's gone through some shit this year with his team. It's
yeah,
just
he has. Yeah,
He's got me next week, so we'll see how that goes.
yeah. I'll probably have to put Alex at number 10. His team's definitely on the up and up, but I think what is it right now? 3 and 5. The standings are actually pretty tight.
I haven't looked. Sandy pitched today. Did he do well?
no. He should have gotten the loss. He gave up 5 earned runs to the A's, and then the Marlins
Ooh.
scoring. Yeah. Sandy had Padres and A's and had a 16-point week, and he should have been negative against the A's. He hangs in. So he had Sandy, Kodai, and Kopech pitching, and I had Miller and somebody, Desclafani. And
Can I
I'm
retract my statement?
yeah. What's up?
Kinsley at 10.
I thought
I knew it was coming, but the debate like that.
transfer from Alex, and he's safe from the bottom 3. Get him out of here. He's fine. Big win this week. Kinsley, she's going to be suffering a loss
Mhm.
to my cousins this week. Her mom was looking good, like she stood a chance. Then I watched him give up a bomb while I walked up here. Yeah. I'm looking at her team. I don't know what its problem is. I think the trade she made with Brady should have her come out on top, but then Erod tore a tendon in his finger, and they don't know how long he's going to be out. So if he misses a long time, they say 6 to 8 weeks. They actually just came out with this morning.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Arguably still better than Dylan Cease, but
Yeah, you might rather just have Dylan Cease hurt.
this is the Luis Castillo situation from like 2 years ago where y'all made fun of me for like 2 months for holding him, and he balled out at the end of the season.
Good news
But
for Kinsley, she has an open IL spot. So she doesn't have to make a drop or anything for Erod. She can pick somebody up. But that really hurts her. And her lineup, I think it's fine. I mean,
Mhm.
you told me Freddie, Altuve, Riley, and Bichette in the middle of your order was going to be this bad.
I mean, Freddie's the best player in baseball the last month.
Yeah, looking at her team, it's really not bad. It's just like I think the low end, it just drops off.
Just
you
too
know?
top heavy.
Yeah,
And
it's too
her
top
pitchers
heavy.
are all just mid. She doesn't have that ace. Her ace is Logan Webb. So
Damn, Austin just dropped Volpe.
uh-oh.
Live wall pods recording.
5? Is Peraza going to stay around? He's been hitting bombs.
I don't know.
Volpe, Correa. There's some shortstops going to be on the waivers going through next week if people need them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Correa's just getting benched for Royce Lewis, right?
Dude, he's a dog.
Did you see it? Did you see him run over the first baseman?
No.
He the first baseman was in his way, and they ran into each other. He's probably day to day. I think he's fine though.
Flips over first baseman, lands on head. Dude, this looks brutal.
Yeah.
I was going to try and get a video to pull it up. While I'm fiddle farting with this, Brady, that'll leave you into the top 3 of the power rankings. And I'm not allowing you to put your team in there.
I'm not putting my team in there. I know that. My team needs to undergo some metamorphosis or something before it's ready.
But I will, hold on. Dude, look at this man just got scorpioned. I don't have the video.
Yeah, he face plants pretty hard on the way down.
Yeah, the video will probably get taken down, but look at this scorpion.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys think he's gonna be okay?
I think they said he avoided concussion, so.
Oh yeah, he broke his T4. That looks terrible. Anyways, with that, Brady, I'll give you the top 3. Start from 3 and work your way up to 1.
I know who I want at 2 and 1, but 3 I was having a hard time deciding. If your team wasn't so injured, I probably would have put them.
No big injuries though. Woodruff's coming back. He's been injured for the last 2 months, and then yeah.
What's Hunter Green dealing with? I didn't know he was hurt.
I didn't either. Is this new news?
Says he won't make his next start with hip stiffness. I've been there, bro.
Bro, and I had to drop Pete Fairbanks because his hip.
Yeah, I bag held Pete Fairbanks for 4 weeks, hoping the Rays wouldn't blow someone out by 10 runs, and they just wouldn't stop doing it, so I had to drop him.
Yeah, and Jason Adam is a monster. But all right, who's your 3 spot?
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna choose you. I think I'm putting you at 3. I think your bats are just. You have so many, I would consider elite bats. The pitching, it needs to get a little healthy. Obviously it was a little rough with the Bryce Miller this week, but I mean, Adolis Garcia just being an absolute tank. I don't know. I think there's just too much. There's too much power in the bats, especially now with Nolan Arenado. I know he kind of started slumping again. How's that been going?
He didn't slump. He cooled
Yeah,
down.
he had another 10-point game two days ago. But
this week, I mean, he's fine.
Yeah, I was considering Will, but maybe Kevin, bro. But yeah, I'll put you at 3, and at 2, I'm gonna put Mitch. His team, bent another bent move, dropping JD Martinez, who's absolutely just turned back the clock, averaging 3.3 a game.
And that's over the whole season?
Yeah, that's over the whole season. That's not even just last little bit.
So let's see.
He gets the mega fat discount on Bryce Harper, who's been decent. He'll probably start getting better.
The last 2 weeks, JD Martinez has 71.
Yeah, exactly. He's got Josh Lowe off the waivers, who's dominating. He's obviously got Mike Trout, Jorge Soler's. I don't know. He can't stop hitting home runs. I guess they're not in Coors Field, though. It doesn't look like he's had the best week. But, Matt Olson, he's got Trey Turner, who's been ass, but, he's also got his pitching's solid, even without Max Fried. He is about one pitcher short currently, but he'll have Max Fried back at some point, I assume. But, Evaldi's just, I don't even know what the hell to make of that.
Did you know that Michael Wacha in May led the MLB in ERA and WHIP?
Yeah, this weird's retarded. This year is just, I mean,
he had both his ERA and his WHIP were under 1 for the month.
Yeah. I mean, this is all like, he didn't even play Max Muncy this week. I know he's just like feast or famine, but and he's got Jazz hurt, but that might help him more than it help him more than it hurts him. But so I got Mitch at 2, and then 1. I going into the year, I did not think this would be happening, but I'm going Logan at 1.
Yeah, it's fair. It's gross to me because of his record, but when you get record, he deserves it. I mean,
the Cedric Mullins injury does hurt, but I mean, Jordan Mookie is the 1-2. That's nasty. Mookie's just, I hate Mookie because of that one year I drafted him and he was ass. But
Stroman had another 60 points this week. Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, I mean, Scherzer's pitching well again. His whole problem was his pitching. Scherzer's pitching well again. Tristan McKenzie came back today, and I think he had 5 innings, 10 Ks. Glasnow's back. I think he was okay in his one start. Yeah, I'd probably give him time. He's obviously injury concerned, but with what he's gotten out of Stroman and some of his pitchers that will be back or are back now, but give him a few weeks to kind of warm up. Yeah, and then of course he's got the Tampa Bay duo. It's just the entire Tampa Bay team's juicing or something, but
definitely
yeah. And then take that second and first solid with India, Rizzo, and Perez at catcher.
So what's the scoop on everyone saying Jonathan India is going to kind of get moved around?
I think it's a non. I don't know. I think it's non-existent. I don't know why that would I think it's got to be made up, to be honest.
Well, I can't get mad with you putting Logan at 1. He's obviously scoring the points to do it. He's getting some unlucky points against. I feel like last week, even on the pod, I really went in on his team, and I just need to reel that back. He's outperformed again.
Well, some of these not to hate on you and Will, Kevin, but you guys have a lot of players that now this is just my opinion. You guys have a lot of players that have done well that I just don't believe in. But Logan has players that maybe I wasn't the biggest fans of them, but I feel like they're real though, if that makes sense.
Evan, I'm going down your lineup, and you could probably field an empty lineup except for Acuna, and I'd be like, yeah, that's all he's got. What?
Okay.
I mean, but Christian Yelich averaging 2.8, I don't buy it. He's been bad for how many? Okay, not bad, but he's been just incredibly mid for how many seasons in a row, and he's going to turn it around this year. I don't buy that kind of stuff.
Well, he has, so I guess you got to buy it.
I know he has, but
Gallen has been a murderer.
Yeah, Gallen's sick.
He can stay. I mean, he's always been sick when he's healthy. So.
All right, also, Kevin. Oh, I guess he had a good week. I was about to say, how you still starting Blake Snell?
He did have a good week.
Yeah, he did.
Everyone's a doubter on Snell.
Still. I guess you do have Strider too. He's sick.
Yep.
Yeah, Strider's a cheat code, and Acuna's the best player in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, seeing all these wins Strider has while giving up 2 runs makes me kind of salty. The old Mets can't buy a win for Verlander.
Yeah, that's why you get a good lineup behind your pitchers, man. It's like the Rangers pitchers. The Rangers.
Have you seen what they did to
Gray?
Dude, the Rangers against the Mariners the last few games? They put up 15 runs 3 games in a row.
You're looking at the guy who has the entire Mariners pitching rotation.
I guess, yeah. But you got a few Texas hitters, though.
Oh, dude, Simeon and Adolis Garcia are god tier. I'm not gonna hold anything away from that. I watch only Rangers games. They're my favorite team to watch.
I think we kind of fucked up as a league, letting Josh Jung. He kept popping off, and then someone would pick him up, and he would suck. They would drop him, and then he would pop off again. So he's probably been on 4 or 5 teams. But he probably should have. Someone probably should have just rode it through.
I'm with you. Well, that's about all the time we got. Kevin, do you have any final thoughts on anything you want to say for the league?
Are we at the halfway point yet? Are we almost there? How
Not
many
quite yet. I wanted to look at that.
I think we're a few weeks away.
Here, I'll pull up
schedule?
the. So this is matchup 10, and there's 22. So we are
Okay,
2
almost
weeks
there.
out from the halfway point in the league before playoffs.
Well, I'm gonna say, I've enjoyed it. It's been a fun season so far. I feel like it's still neck and neck. I feel like it's still up for grabs. There's really no team that's. I feel like Brady last year, you were like undefeated going into like week 10, if I want to say. So this
I
year's definitely got a different
He was
feel
Probably-
for
definitely
it.
pulling away.
Yeah, it's like it's neck and
Yeah.
neck. It's anyone's game, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. And
Yes.
good game, Logan. It was a hard fought win. So congrats.
Yeah. Brady, you got any final words? Because we probably won't see you on the podcast for the rest of the year. So
All right,
get out now. What you want to say.
Well, like Kevin was saying, like no one's really pulled away, which is only benefit to me. I'll be 3-6, and based on the standings, that's still easily within striking distance. But obviously, I have to win games. I've got the infirmary next week, so we'll hope it maybe stays that way for just another week.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's all I got for everyone. It was a great episode, Brady. It's great seeing you finally on. Kevin, your team keeps it up. I'm going to keep seeing a lot more of you as well. So, everyone, that's it for Matchup 10. Go like and subscribe to the YouTube, and everyone, have a good week.